It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welkom terug, jy's ingeskakel op jou goed voel ontbytprogram. Dis Expresso net hier op SABC3. Now we are celebrating World Water Week. Now did you know, here's an interesting fact. To date we have explored less than 5% of the Earth's oceans. All right, well, it is World Water Week, like I've mentioned, and in celebration, we thought we'd turn our attention towards our oceans and rivers. Now, South Africa is home to some of the most beautiful coastal regions in the world. Now, Into the Wild is our weekly dose of all things wild and wonderful, and of course, we are joined once again by Luke Bax, one of our favorites, our conservation expert. Now, our lines are open, and we are taking your calls. The number to dial is, of course, 083 9133 728. Luke, lucky to have you, my brother. Welcome back.
Always good to be back.
Yeah, man, this is cool. I'm glad we're talking about this. Like I've mentioned, we have some of the most beautiful coastlines in the world. I mean, I've traveled around, but South Africa, there's something unique about it. But what makes South Africa's coastlines so interesting?
So we're fortunate we've got two different water currents on either side of our country. So we've got the Gallus current and the Benguela current. So our Benguela current is your cold current, and your Gallus is your warm. The cold Benguela current causes an upwelling of nutrients on our west coast. Creates incredibly fertile water, high populations of fish stocks, large amounts of marine mammals, and then your warmer Gallus current creates your warmer sea temperatures as well as your more fertile coastal environments.
So it's interesting. I mean, it's two completely different oceans.
Yeah, completely.
I mean, which is fantastic, and how it all comes together at the most southern tip. You know, okay, just great people. Is the southern tip, Cape Point, or is it Agulhas?
Agulhas.
It's Cape Agulhas.
Cape Agulhas,
Got that one. So what does this really mean for the type of kind of marine or animal life that we get around our coastal regions?
So on your cold Benguela current, you get a lot more of your bigger shoals of fish. So your bigger fish species, a lot more highly concentrated populations of fish. So that's where a large amount of our fishing is done. Yeah. And then on your Gallus current, you get a lot more marine life. So you get a lot of dolphins, a lot of whales, a lot of seals. Yeah. I mean, you speak to any surfer, they'd rather surf on the East Coast than the West Coast, unless they've got an 8 more wetsuit.
Absolutely, and you think it's because of the cold water temperature.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Luke, thank you for joining us this morning. I think this is such an interesting kind of chat. Remember, if you have a comment or query surrounding our beautiful marine life in South Africa, give us a call, 083 9133 728. Luke is standing by to take all of those questions for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you so much, Kat. Yes, we are back with Luke Bax, and we are talking about our beautiful oceanic wildlife. If you have a comment or a question, you can always give us a shout, 083 9133 728. Luke is here. He's ready to answer all of those questions and listen to your comments as well. Luke, lovely to have you once again. We have John on the line, first of all. John, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, John. How are you doing?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant this morning. How are you guys? Good?
Brilliant as well, man. Listen, what is your story? I believe you have a story on penguins.
Penguins, absolutely. Well, here's our thing, right? Myself and my business partner have unwittingly really become the caretakers of an African penguin colony on a beach out in Simonstown, where we run our adventures company from. So the issue here is that this population of penguins has somehow fallen through the cracks between, I guess, the various controlling authorities tasked with ensuring the well-being and safety, of these birds. Fortunately, as we're both marine conservationists, it's a task we're very capable of handling. And do so very willingly, but at the same time we do need some help from the authorities, because the problem these birds face, I think, is a problem that's bigger than we are. Yeah. I say this as well because I think African penguins are meant to enjoy robust protective status, actually, under NEMA, which is the South African National Environment Management Act, which really means that the penguins should be afforded the same level of protection as the great white shark, the African elephant, even the white rhino. But outside of the main sort of big breeding famous colony on Boulders Beach, we're showing people that this isn't actually the case. And that I think is a problem. Because with fewer than 16,000 breeding pairs of African penguins left in the wild, we kind of think the African penguin is facing a bleak future. And, we're seeing this, it's something we're seeing play out on, every single day on this beach without fail, regardless of what day of the week it is or what time of day. Where visitors on the beach are forcing interactions on the birds, on the penguins that would simply not be tolerated, anywhere else in the world. And these interactions are ultimately to the detriment of the penguins. We're seeing it and we're having to clean up.
Absolutely.
All
John,
this.
thank you, John. I'm going to just stop you there. Thank you very much. I mean, especially for the work that you are doing already, and looking after our penguins. I would love to spend more time with you, but Luke, I just want to get your comments on that. I mean, just in terms of the importance of looking after our African penguin colonies.
Well, I mean, as John said, they are an endangered species, so they do deserve the same protection given to any of our other endangered species.
Yeah.
We've got two main colonies in Cape Town. So we've got, Western Cape, we've got your Boulders colony that everyone knows about, and you've also got your Pearly Beach one in Betty's Bay. There are smaller colonies, so you've got one at Seaforth in Simonstown, and like they said, they've also got their one in Simonstown.
Yeah.
So these are smaller colonies that are starting to filter through the cracks and then end up in non-protected areas. So you do, in the protected areas, they get protection via sand parks through the various government organizations. But these smaller pop-up populations or pop-up breeding areas are the ones that started to need to protect it.
Yeah.
Because if we can get those ones protected at the same level as the big populations, then obviously the smaller ones will grow to the size of the bigger ones.
Absolutely.
And we'll end up with, try to take it off the endangered list.
Yeah, there we go. So once again, very important to look after that beautiful penguins is up, because what would we as South Africans be without our penguins? Come on, man. Listen, we're going to still take those calls. 0839133728. We have one more sit down with Luke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on SABC3. We're sitting down with our conservation expert, Luke Back. So we're talking all things marine life around our beautiful coastal regions. Give us a shout, 0839133728 if you have a question or a comment. Luke, so we've got some interesting things. We just spoke about penguin conservation a little bit earlier on. Right now, though, we've got a caller on the line. Claire, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Claire. Listen, what's your story? I heard something around to do with dolphins.
Yeah, when I was about 11, my brother and sister and I were on holiday in Pringle Bay, and we had gone for a walk down to the other end of the beach. There's a lagoon, and we were walking back because we always went on holiday there. And then we just started body surfing because the waves were really nice.
Yeah.
And suddenly I saw all these black things swimming in the water like 10 meters away, and I freaked out and I swam to the shore, and I called my younger sister and I was like, get out the water, there's sharks, because my gut reaction was to say that there's sharks. And then it was actually my younger sister who said, no, Claire, but the fins of sharks actually go vertically and dolphins ones go horizontally, the tails.
Yeah.
And then there were also a lot of them, so we realized that they were dolphins.
Wow, that's
And then we
incredible.
just started swimming with them. And we went and were body surfing the waves. And when you look to either side of you, there's just these huge creatures gliding next to us. And yeah, we were just by ourselves, and they were.
You know,
at first I was a bit scared, but then
you got into
we
it.
realized they wouldn't hurt us. Yeah.
Let me tell you, that is a bucket list item for me. I have not done that yet, and you've experienced that. That's a memory that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. I think that is fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Claire. Really appreciate that. Luke, what do you make of that? I mean, what were they doing so close to the shore in the first place, really? And also, is it dangerous at all?
No, so dolphins aren't particularly dangerous to people unless they've been defensive over their young or defensive over unless you
As any mammal would be.
Yeah, unless you're actively trying to hurt them, they're not going to be aggressive. For dolphins to be so close to the coast, they most likely were hunting initially, so they could have been going after shoulder fish. But dolphins are naturally quite playful, so they could have seen the kids swimming in the ocean in the waves and decided, oh, that looks like fun, and joined in. I know I've got a friend of mine who's done that before. He was surfing, and he's had dolphins come and surf with him.
That's amazing.
So they actually tend to. You always hear stories of people going on fishing boats and the dolphins going in front of the boats, and
Yes.
so they are naturally quite playful. So they'll go and pretty much just join in.
And might they come look for food as well, closer to shore,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
perhaps? Or
fish,
is it more about just a playful factor?
Well, like shoals of fish, like your mullets, will congregate towards close to the shallower water, and the dolphins just go and pick them off in the waves. They often use the waves as kind of
I see.
means to catch up to the fish quite
Leverage.
quickly. Yeah, get above them and then dive on into them.
Awesome stuff. Luke, thank you very much. I mean, I love that story. Like I said, it's a bucket list item for me, but
Yeah.
you probably experienced that, something like that as well, yeah. This man has experienced pretty much anything to do with wildlife. Thank you so much, man. We do it all again next week. Remember that number 083 913 3728. Right now, got to dash to the kitchen.